What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to implementing a caching. We're going to be implementing caching for our images and also for the other data that we get, so strings and data objects and all that. So obviously, I keep on saying obviously, but if you do not know, you cannot cache images the same way you cache, regular data, because images are actually binary. So we need to do that in a different way. So we're going to be focusing on just anything that's not images for right now. So any other data type, we're going to be focusing on that. And then like strings, not files, but strings. So we're going to be focusing on that. And then we're going to be focusing on the images. So first of all, we are going to be using some pre-built modules. So const URL is going to equal require. I'm going to say URL, and then const crypto. Yes, crypto is going to equal require. There it is down there, crypto. All right. So you might be wondering, where are we going to be doing all the caching? Oh, and by the way, since we are caching this locally, I am going to create a data structure right here. Cache is going to equal a object. All right. Anyways, yeah. So where are we going to actually do all of our caching? Well, the perfect place is literally the call service method. The reason why is because every one of these uses a call service. So it calls this at one point or another, and right here we could actually grab the data that we get back, right? So what we're going to do is implement the caching right here. Now, we do need to create some unique keys for our cache, because we need to know what service are they trying to grab, right? And does it work? If it does, then great, just sum up the result. If it doesn't, then try to read the cache from our cache object if it exists, and then serve that as well. But we do need to have a key value pair for all the services that they're trying to grab, right? So we need to create a unique key. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is say const service path. We're gonna set that equal to require. I'm used to saying require. Anyways, we're gonna use the URL.parse, and we're gonna parse what's coming in from the rec options, the URL. So rec options.url, and all we want from that URL is the path. All right. Now that we have that, we could actually create a unique caching key. So I'm gonna say const cache key, and we're gonna set that equal to crypto. Now crypto is going to create a hash for us. So this key is going to be in a hash form, and yeah, we're gonna just hash it. All right. Create a hash. There it is, create hash, and we're going to be using the algorithm MD5 dot update. What do we want to hash with the algorithm MD5? We want to hash, and I'm gonna add something else. I'm gonna add rec options dot method plus the service path. So this is the string that we want to hash. So get whatever the path is, right? It's just a string, and we want to digest with a hex. We want the hex value of this hash, right? So anyways, basically our cache key is now in hex form, and is literally just a string of rec.options.method plus service path. It's a string. That's it. Nothing's being done with this. It's just a string. So now what we want to do, instead of returning circuit breaker, what we want to do is save that to a constant result. We're going to say await now. We do need to await this now. And now that we have our result, we could just say this.cache with the cache key. We're going to set that equal to the result. And then simply return result. Like that, right? So this part obviously only works if there is a result coming back at us. Now what happens if we don't have a result? So if there is no result, what we want to do, not P, is that we still got to check if we still have a cache, right? We still got to check if this cache is available. Maybe they did it right after it's the first time visiting and the service doesn't work, so we won't have a cached version of that service path they're trying to grab. So if there is I'm gonna just copy this. If there is this .cache with that cache key, what we want to return is return this .cache key, which is going to give you the result back, right? If there isn't, what we want to do is just return false, because we're not going to have anything. So this is our caching setup right here, and this is just for anything that's not an image. So let's try it out. In service.js, right here, this list, right? We're going to break this. Not right now. So what we want to do is start up our thing. I already started everything up, and you can see that everything should have been working. Let me see what's going on. I don't think nothing. Let me just restart this and restart our, even though, all right. So let's try it one more time. Oh man, it's taking a while. I don't know why. Hold on. Let me check if everything is actually correct or not. This should literally be working. I don't know why it's not working. Let me go to all speakers. Our images seem to be broken. I don't know why our images are broken. Did we? Oh, that's why. Look at this. I comment this out. What? Why? All right. Now everything should be working. Okay, yeah, okay. We got our images. It takes a while, but we get our images. But why is it taking so long? Okay, there it is. There it is. We got it working. Hold on, sorry. I'm just checking. We have that circuit open. Okay, we don't want that, so I'm gonna just restart our application right there. Okay. Refresh the page, and we should, okay, we got our images. Great. Now let's go to all speakers, and everything should still be working because we still have not crashed that service yet, right? Okay, so now what happened is that we just cached everything. Since that's our first time visiting, we actually cached it. Now what we want to do is break that git list. So I'm gonna comment this out, control save, and then let's try to refresh the page one more time. It is going to take a while, as you see right here, but the thing is, we still get our list. Look at that. We still grab it, even though it's taking a while, which is kind of understandable, right? Because we just broke a service and we're trying to fetch everything from cache. But the main point is that everything, look at that, everything is still working. And check this out. See, we're in the open state right now, the circuit open, so you know that something broke, which is dash names, which is okay. But you know that broke, and yet it's still working. We're still grabbing everything, which is awesome, right? All right, now that we have a cache version for anything that's not images, let's make a cache system for our images. So up above, we are going to be using, right here, up above, we're going to be using some more modules built in, because like I said, everything is going to be local. Did I say that? Yeah, we're caching everything local, so yes. Anyways, const, we're going to need the fs is going to equal require fs, and also we're going to need const utils, or util is going to equal require. I'm just used to saying utils, I don't know why. Util, there we go. And we want to do is, I'm gonna make a const fs exists is going to equal util dot promisefy fs dot exists, because we're going to be using fs dot exist to check if a file does exist or not, and if it doesn't, then well, it doesn't matter. But you know, we're going to be using this, and it's not really a promise, so we're just promisefying that, so that way we could use it as a promise. All right, so going down below, again, we're going to update this call service. Now, what I want to do is, first of all, what did I just, okay. I'm gonna create a const. I'm gonna call this cache file. And we're gonna set that, nope. We're gonna set that to null for right now. Now, what I want to do right here is check if the service that they're calling is an image service, right? And the way we check that is that all images service is going to have this response type equal to stream. So that's where we're going to be checking. If it doesn't have that, that means that it's just a regular service and we don't have to worry about it. So if, I'm gonna say rec options, if rec options dot response type, and just making double sure because our response type could be something else. We're gonna just make sure that is also equal to stream, right? Yeah, stream. So if it is that, what we want to do is cache file, and we want to make this equal to we are going to make a folder, so let me do that afterwards. Underscore dir name. We're using underscore because we want to grab the current directory and then lead up to the image folder. So I'm going to just create in the main application art meetup, create a new folder. I'm going to call this underscore image, or yeah, image cache, or just lowercase cache. There we go. I don't even know why I said it that way. Anyways, all right, there we go. So underscore their name, and going out one, going out another one, right? Yes. And then underscore image cache. There we go. And inside that directory or that file, what we want to store is the cache key. $ cache key. Now remember, this is just the service name. It's just a string with the whatever service that they wanted to grab, and that's it. All we're doing is storing that string into the folder image cache, and later on we're going to write. This is actually a file now, right? Since technically it's inside a folder, and this is a file. Later on, we're going to write to this file the actual image that they want, or the actual data that they want. All right. So for right now, if it is a response type, response type is stream. We want to assign cache file to this particular path, and you're gonna figure out why we're doing the whole path instead of the cache key. All right. Now going down below, we do need to update this. If there isn't a result, we still need to read the cache version of it, right? So now we got to check if we're no longer checking in this data structure this.cache. We need to check the cache file. So if there is a cache file, if we did grab a cache file right here, obviously it's not going to be inside of here, it's going to be in cache file. So if there is a cache file, what we want to do is check first of all if we actually did save a version of the service that they wanted into that file. So const exists, there you go. We're gonna set that equal to, we're gonna await fs exists, that's why we created that promise y, and then cache file. So this is going to check if that cache file actually exists, this whole path, right? This whole path including the cache key exists. If that does exist, that means that we did write something into it, or not write something into it. Sorry. Oh yeah, we wrote something into it. So if this does exist, then we wrote something into it, and what we want to do is just return. Oh, if exists, return fs.create, no, not write, create restream, there you go, and then the cache file. Basically, create restream is going to allow Express to actually read whatever is inside this cache file, which is whatever, right? Now, that's all good if we actually have that cached, but now we got to save it somewhere, and that's going to be done down here, obviously. But down here, we do need to make another configuration, and this all goes around that if it's a service for images or a service for a regular service, right? Just regular data. So I do need to check if this is not a cache file, meaning that this is not a service for images. What we want to do is store whatever result came back. We just want to restore that there. Else, this is a cache or a image service, and we want to create a writable stream. So ws is going to equal fs dot create write stream cache file. Basically what this method does is literally allows us to write to the file that we just specified right here. And yeah, and what we want to do is grab the results, right? So result, and pipe everything to ws. So now we made a writable file. We could actually write to it, and now we're writing to that file with result.pipe ws. And after that's done, we could actually return result. Control S here, and that's it. That's it for our images. We could actually test it out right now. And as you can see, nothing's in our images, but once I come over here, RS, just to make sure, and so that way you can see nothing's in here, we first have to go to the and refresh the page. Hopefully everything works. Let me actually, okay, let me uncomment this so this works now. So everything's working, which is good. Now refresh the page and make sure everything is working. Man, are you serious? Why is it not working? I'll come back. Okay, let me figure out what's happening, and then I'll yeah, let me just figure out what's happening. Are you serious? First thing I do is just, okay, let me try it one more time before I actually do pause video. But why isn't my images working? Images, okay, that's still working. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Hold on. I don't want this video to be longer than what it is. Okay, everything's working. I literally do not know what happened. All I was doing was restarting my servers, and it started working. So I'm not even going to, yeah. Anyways, once you restart that service and it's actually working, let me go back and let's go to speakers, art speakers. Everything's working, right? And you're going to see that we actually have some files in here now, which is great. This is our cached version of this stuff, right? Now, what you want to do is, or what I want to do to make sure it's actually working, is comment out this image, control save, and then go back to our, and then refresh. So our images should still show up. It might take a while, but it should still show up since it's getting the cached version. And yeah, look at this. Our images still show up, and it should still give us our images, and there we go. Yeah, everything's working. And to make sure that everything is working, you could actually see that if we actually minimize it, we're gonna see in my application right here, our state is open, which is correct because we did break something. Also, let's actually just get rid of this as well. Control save. So we got these two commented out. So if we go back over here, this page should technically still work, because we have cached versions of everything, and it does. Look at that. It does work. Awesome. Everything is working, guys. Honestly, I do not know why it did not want to work the very first time, or I had to restart my service. I don't know. Anyways, everything is working, guys. We created a cached version for our regular data and also for our images, which is great. Awesome. That was it, guys, for this video. All I wanted to do was create cached versions for everything, so that way if it does break, we have at least cached data, so that way we could still display our website. So Thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate you guys watching my videos. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from it. And if you did, leave a like on the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below on what you thought. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. I think there's 2 more videos, guys, after this, and we're actually done with this series. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.